Score! We all know it, and we all love it. When you click on a note, you gain score depending on how accurately you hit. 0 if you miss, 50 and 100 if you time your clicking correctly, and 300 for a perfect hit. Your combo factors into this, increasing the score you get from each subsequent note. Along with mod multipliers, all of it is added to your total score for every object. You can't forget about spinners, which can provide bonus score for each extra evolution. So, it's quite simple. If you hit more accurately and get a higher combo, you should get a higher score. Oh, okay. The way score is calculated is actually much more complicated. Everything I've said so far is still true, albeit a simplification. How much of a simplification? Here's how Score V1 works. There are 4 types of judgments in OS, the miss, 50, 100, and 300, right? Wrong. There are actually 7 types of judgments, including the 100 Katu and 300 Katu, which give no additional score, and the 300 Geki when a perfect combo is completed. What does that mean? We don't have time. Circles will give the base amount of score. Sliders are broken into base anatomy, and whether you hit certain parts determines the judgment given. Heads don't matter, ticks are worth 10 score, repeats and ends are 30 apiece, and at the end, full slider judgment is given. Spinners will get base score for the judgment as well as 2 types of bonus points which are not affected by other multipliers such as mod multiplier or combo multiplier. For every rotation before the spinner is complete, you gain 100 bonus points, and after complete, 1,100 bonus points. Every single one of these types of scoring objects will raise your combo at each point in time of hitting a note. The judgment is multiplied by combo times mod multiplier times difficulty multiplier divided by 25 plus 1. What is the difficulty multiplier? To get this, the stats of a beat map, that's CS, OD, and HP, AR not included, are added up as well as the return of a piecewise function that's based on how many hit objects there are divided by the drain time in seconds. And then we multiply that by 5/38 because it wasn't arbitrary enough. That is how we calculate the score for one single note. Now we add this to the score total throughout the play, doing the calculation again and again for every single note that is hit. Too complicated? Maybe my simplified explanation was good enough. The current scoring system, officially known as Score V1, like all other overly specific Osu phenomena, originates from the Owendon series. At the core of this is increasing combo leads to exponential gains, because a higher combo play should in theory be a better play. For the most part, this system is fine for its original purpose, but a few properties of the formula lead to less than ideal results in reality. There's a reason why, quote-unquote, getting Score V1'd is now a common phrase, directly relating to the tendency for objectively better plays to award less score. You might have already spotted the first glaring issue. When you drop accuracy matters. Because the hit value is increased by your combo, objects later in a beat map contribute much more to score than objects that appear earlier. 2 plays with exactly the same accuracy and combo can have different scores. Because one had more accuracy mistakes earlier in the map compared to later on, it gets a higher score. Much to the ire of the player base, it is actually very common for slightly lower accuracy plays to beat higher accuracy ones on leaderboards. Whether this is due to the aforementioned combo nuance, differences in how fast players spin, or both is highly dependent on the situation. Regardless, this happens so frequently that I am willing to bet every OS player has encountered a situation where a higher accuracy score doesn't beat their current record. Or even worse, they accidentally replace their current play with a worse accuracy one. The second big one that has ravaged many a leaderboard is with mod multipliers. Because contrary to what many initially think, the multiplication isn't just done in the hit values, but also for each mod. Famously, Double Time alone actually has a lower mod multiplier, 1.12, than Hidden and Hard Rock combined, although it says they're equal in game. This is because 1.06 times 1.06 equals 1.1236, which is rounded for the display. It can be quite annoying to see a Double Time SS which is beaten by a lower accuracy Hidden Hard Rock score. Nowadays on maps you can submit a score for each different mod combination, but before an update in 2016, only one play was saved no matter what mod you played with, the one with the highest score. So let's say you're Cookie Z on April 15th, 2013, setting the first ever Double Time FC on Raijin no Haidaryud. Well, that's a shame because you already have a Hidden Hard Rock FC. Due to the extra multiplier, that one's worth more score, and your new FC, that no one could match for the next 3 years, doesn't submit. Finally, as a cherry on top, it is practically impossible to calculate the score of a play without taking the exact inputs from a replay. These issues are nothing new, and several proposals for new scoring systems have popped up over the years. To make tournament matches more fair, Score v2 was created in 2015 and has been the standard for competitive play ever since. All plays are standardized to be a maximum of 1 million points before mod multipliers and spinner bonuses are included, with 70% of your score coming from combo and the other 30% from accuracy. Laser, the next version of OS, uses a sort of Score v 2.1, which shares the same base concepts with room for changes. Currently, there is debate over the percentages and how to balance the mod multipliers, but it will continue to improve as Laser continues development. Hey, and if the 1 million point max isn't your cup of tea, Laser also includes a setting which can convert the standardized scores into very close estimations of V1 values, but without the aforementioned drawbacks associated with the old system. Thinking a little outside the box, the purpose of a scoring system is to reward better plays with more points, so many imagine a future where performance points can replace score entirely. Even though PP famously has its own glaring problems, it may be worth considering down the line. Maybe there's another even better system which we haven't even dreamt of yet. Until then, we'll have to live in a Score v1 world and deal with the downsides that come with it, as we have for 15 years already. Score has always been a mess, but at least we're working towards a future that is much less messy. Who knows where scoring will go next?